Okay, this is day 3 of our live stream chat. Been quite enjoying this actually, doing these live streams. So I'm just going to wait a little bit, like I usually do, for people to jump in. We can basically get cracking. So that should be cool. Cool. So we are just going to wait for people to jump into the chat, and then we shall continue. Usually takes a bit of time for people to jump in. I think I got my times right today. 6:15 London time. So grab yourself a biscuit, a coffee, a tea, a beer, and then we can sit down and have a good chinwag. It should be cool. Mind you, definitely got to sort my hair out. Look at me. Jesus. But I don't care. I'm being 100% natural here. No makeup needed for moi. So, if I look down here, it's because I'm reading the chat off my phone. So if I look down here, I'm reading the chat. Feel free to share or share it now to Twitter. Tweet this out that I'm live. I do apologise if you hear barking in the background. I have 6 dogs here, which have bollocks bigger than me, so I do apologise about that. Here's one of them now, saying hello. Picked the wrong time, Mutt. Get down. I'm going to be bloody coffee over. So if I look down, it's because I'm reading. Don't know how long this usually takes for people to jump in, but we just wait for some people to jump in so we can start this live chat. We've had a good couple of days with it, actually. Some very enjoyable conversations, I felt. So if you just started watching this, then you might want to skip forward a little bit to the point where we will be getting more people jump into the chat, hopefully. Dogs have been half dead all day. As soon as I start a live fucking stream, they start wanting to fucking play. Fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Yes, I do swear in the live stream. I don't swear when I'm doing my videos, but I do swear in the live stream now and again because it's raw and it's natural and it's the way I like to be. I like to be myself. Hello, Oliver. How you doing, son? How you doing? We are live streaming. Live streaming. And you molefoles thought I couldn't sing. We are waiting on people to join the chat. So many people messaged me after yesterday's chat saying for me to do another one today. So that's why I'm doing another one today, because so many people messaged me saying that they missed yesterday's one. So this might be the last stream I do for a while. So get in on it while you can. I'm going to kick these dogs right in their dog nuts in a minute. I will tell you my latest assets once we get going. Goodbye, Ollie. Yes, we are still alive. It'll probably take some time. So if you started watching this at the beginning, you may want to skip forward until we get some people in the stream. Hopefully we will. Which should be good and should be enjoyable. But it might be that I might have to just sit here and talk to myself for a bit because I enjoy it anyway. I'm looking at myself in the camera at the moment. I can have a conversation with myself. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. We have 2 people in. We have 2 people, 3 people. Come on, let's get more people in this chat. Let's get it on. 3 people. Make your names be heard. Type in the chat window next to the screen or below the screen or wherever it is. Got 2 people. It's like a lottery, isn't it? Two people are watching me. If I look down, it's because I'm looking at stuff here on the phone. So I'm not being rude. I'm just looking at stuff. So normally it takes around 15 minutes for people to realise that I'm alive and want to join the chat. So once everyone's in, we can start conversations, start talking business. So if I'm quiet like this, you might want to skip forward. Once this video is finished and it goes to the channel, you can rewatch it if you want and just skip forward to all the bits where I'm just talking to myself like this. How long have I been waiting? Two people in the house. One of them's probably me. People just jumping in and jumping out. Oh, look, it's that ugly fucker. I'm going. Hello, Praz. How you doing, buddy? We have liftoff. Praz, what a great name. Where you from, Prez? Ghetto superstar. That is what you are. Yeah, man, I can sing. Somebody say something. I am like just like talking to myself at the moment. I feel like a serial killer or something. Just talking to like a screen. I think this could probably make for a really good short film. Just sitting there talking to myself. I could make it some sort of really creepy horror film where I'm talking to myself. Bit of Total Recall style, isn't it? Start talking to myself. Say, I am from the future. Who the fuck are you? Ghetto superstar. I feel like really weird when you're like waiting on a live chat and you're just waiting for people to sort of communicate with you. And it feels like I'm just like looking at myself talking crap. It usually takes a bit of time for people to realise I'm alive. So we will just wait. We will wait for everyone to say something. If I have to, because this live stream probably be going on for about an hour and a half, something like that. So if you don't see nobody here, I'll type a message in the description if I have to pop away from the computer during the stream. 15th of July, my friend, is the official release date for my short film. I'm really looking forward to it as well. I'm a bit nervous at the same time because I don't know how well it's going to be received. But I am really looking forward to it. There's still so much to of the edit to lock down still. And there's a couple of bits I'm not happy with. A couple of people said to me, don't worry about it, it's all right, but I don't know. 15th of July. There is a trailer on my channel for it as well, if you've seen it. Festivals. Oh, I don't really know. I don't think I'm good enough yet, to be perfectly honest. I think this first film is like my baptism by fire scenario. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done a couple of short films on my channel, like Hidden 8, but Hidden 8 was different in a lot of ways because I had literally no help with that. So where I'm filming on a Blackmagic production camera, and I've got no film monitor, I can check focus or nothing. So that little short film, or frame, shall I say, so that little short film basically went on gut instinct. Like, yeah, I must be in the frame, just keep rolling sort of scenario. But we'll see. I think see what the outcome is of this and the reactions I get. And if they're good, then I may enter into something. But if not, then I may move on to another project and just really, because I love my confidence, just really go to town on it. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I am doing this purely for fun. the short film, and purely for self-teaching myself and giving myself some belief. Because sometimes it's a case of you don't know if you can do it unless you try. And I just want to be confident with it, really want to be confident. I've just got the latest Avid media composer, which I'm going to be testing out soon on the channel, which I'm really looking forward to. So I'm subscribed to them now. And it is the definitive editing package. It's what all the big boys use, what all the professional film companies use. The only thing is it looks blooming complicated. It looks a lot more complicated than Premiere Pro and Final Cut. But I do want to learn it. I've just ordered some books today, which is great. And I do want to learn it because, like I just said, all the big major studios use Avid. I mean, the Avenger films, for instance, were edited using Avid. So I really want to... next short film that I do after this, I'm going to lock it all in and edit it all in Avid, which I'm really looking forward to. I love new software. Well, it's not new Avid, but it's new to me, if that makes sense, because I am a Premiere Pro user. I'll still be using Premiere Pro, but I'm going to try and learn Avid as well, which I'm quite excited about. I really wish I could enter it into a film festival, but I'm a bit worried about, I think, rejection in a lot of ways. Rejection's big, man, in this industry. Daughter's got one of these bowls. I don't know where she's got that from. Yeah, I think rejections are quite... But a lot of people said to me, don't worry about it, man, because at least you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? At least you're giving it a go. And to some extent, I think I'm making these films for me, and then just basically sharing them and get some feedback on it. I know I'm going to get some. I said it in yesterday's stream. I'll probably get a lot of crap feedback and a lot of nastiness because, you know, at the end of the day, this is YouTube. You know, there is a handful of people out there that are about as bright as an eclipse. Do you know what I mean? And just plain nasty. So I do expect to get some nasty feedback on the film and some slagging off and some good feedback, hopefully. So I'll always take the constructive criticism if it makes me better. But yes, it's been tiring doing this film because I keep panicking about it and I keep changing things because I keep thinking to myself, I don't think that looks right. And this don't look right, and this don't look right, and I've changed some of the scenes about 10, 15 times, to be perfectly honest. But we'll see how it goes. I can only try. It was funny because when I was doing some location scouting for the film, I got turned down by a lot of people because of the name of the film. And I'm like, it's not real, man. It's just a film, for crying out loud. This world has become so politically correct. It's frightening. Everything's bad. Everything offends when it shouldn't. Which is weird. If I look down, it's because I'm looking at the chats and stuff, even though I've only got a couple. So we're just waiting for some more people. You got any questions, guys, to ask so we can talk? Or you want to ask me, or you want to have a debate between you guys in the chat? Please interact with each other as well. That'd be great. That's a good question. Did the owners of the locations worry about injury? No, it weren't nothing like that. There was a few things which sort of blew my mind, and I never knew this when your location's going. Yeah, if you're using, for instance, I wanted to use a fake gun. a blowback gun for the scenes. And I contacted the police force, and they gave me a number to people that specialise. It was a police officer, basically, that specialised in you being able to use like a fake gun on a set outside in public. And there was so many rules and regulations. It just, to be perfectly honest, gave me a headache. And they said you can, if you're using it, say, for instance, in a public area, even though, the public will not be involved, then there'll have to be police officers on scene. And they charge something like £2,000, this is UK money, British money, an hour. I mean, sod that for a game of soldiers, do you know what I mean? So that had to change. It was not about injuries or liability and stuff like that, because the places I was trying to shoot in, I was hoping that people would want exposure for their premises. But because of the name of the film's called Schizophrenia, they were worried that it might be a bit offensive to shoot a film in there, on their locations with that title. I'm like, it's just a silly little short horror film. Do you know what I mean? It's not even really that scary. It's more like a story based, if that makes sense. But no, according to injuries and liability and stuff like that, no, I never got no questions asked about that. I only got one location, which was a church I was allowed to film in, and I was quite shocked with the title of the film. I got turned down from the local hospital. The hospital that's near to me, where I live, they have just rebuilt a new hospital, yeah? But the old hospital is still up, but it's closed, yeah? And I phoned them up and I said, look, could I have like 3 or 4 hours in a part of that building just to shoot a scene? And they was like, well, we'll find out and we'll get back to you. And I was waiting for days. I thought, I'm not going to, push them because I might piss them off. Do you know what I mean? So I was just waiting until a week later, no one called me back. So I thought, I'm going to have to give them a call back. So I phoned them back. I got into contact with the person I spoke with at the beginning, and they said, sorry, we can't have you filming in the hospital because of the title of the film. Weird. It's really, really weird, Oh, I don't get it. Schizophrenia is not exactly the worst thing. I mean, there's worse film titles out there I've seen. Do you know what I mean? But it's, it's just a make-believe fantasy film, sort of psychological horror. So you got to be careful how you pick your films. But I did change the title of the film because of all this. I was getting pissed off with it. And I thought, right, I need to change the title of this film. And I changed it for a brief time to The Wrong. I made the name of the title called The Wrong. But I didn't like it. I wasn't happy with it. So I was happy with the title Schizophrenia. That's what the project started around. That's how the script started. I even had a poster made up for it. So on and so on. And I said to myself, why am I going to change the title of my film? Because there's a few politically correct pricks out there that just want to make themselves sort of known. And, it's just ridiculous. Some things are just, the things that hold you back sometimes are so ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Really unbelievable. But nobody asked me literally about injuries or liability and stuff like that. Do I need insurance? I said, no. No, tell a lie. One person did. He said, are you insured? I said, I don't give a shit. If I die, I die. Do you know what I mean? And they'll probably turn around and say to you, well, can you just sign this disclaimer stating if you want to die in this location, we ain't liable. Do you know what I mean? I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I just want to get the job done. I just want to get the film made. Safety is a concern. When it's the other cast members, then safety is 100% priority. 100%. But it's down to them. If we're going to shoot in an environment that is not dangerous but has risk, it's down to them. And me personally, as a filmmaker, I'll get them to sign something. Do you know what I mean? And it's down to them. It's filmmaking at the end of the day. Sometimes you've got to take risks and do stupid shit to get the shot. Not all the time, but sometimes you have to, unfortunately, take a risk. And I found myself doing a couple of shoots, like one scene. It's illegal in this country to impersonate a police officer, for instance, or impersonate anything to do with the police. And part of the film was filmed outside my house because it was a perfect location for it. And I bought props, like police tape and all that sort of business, do you know what I mean? And taped up all around the front of my house, you know? And I just took the chance, I thought, because that was probably illegal anyway, what I did with the police tape. But I didn't care, I just want to get a shot, do you know what I mean? I'm a filmmaker, man. But it was great because everyone started coming out of their house wondering what was going on, because I had all these actors around. I had police tape around the house. I had one of the actors which played, who died in the film, on the floor, covered with a bloody blanket, which was all made up with blood and stuff. And I had people looking out their doors thinking, what the hell is going on here? I had cameras, lighting, everything sort of set up. And I did feel like I was doing something wrong when I was actually filming that scene. And we was filming that scene for probably about an hour and a half at the front. And what I was doing, I was thinking, please, car, don't drive past. Please, car, don't drive past. But I took the chance. I got the shot that I needed, the scene that I needed. Happy days. It's great. It was good fun. Just waiting for some more questions to come through. Like I just said, guys, if I come away from the computer, it's because, one, I probably need a cigarette because I smoke, and I don't smoke in the house. Two, I'm doing something because I'm actually at my sister-in-law's house and I'm looking after her 6 dogs. So I'm not home at the moment. I've just got my iMac sort of set up. Actually, I might be able to show you in a front-facing camera. So my iMac, this is how it's set up at the moment on the breakfast bar. So I'm not with my complete setup at the moment. So if I was to sort of step away, it's because I'm doing something for the dogs very quickly. Hardest process in filmmaking? I think, oh, that's a really, really good question. It's come from CNFD Films, by the way. And all this chat will be available once this goes live on my channel as well, so you can see the questions that I'm sort of answering. Sticking with the script. I think that's the hardest part for me. So writing the script, right, and giving people their lines and stuff like that, and sticking with the script. Because I do find that, right, you'll write a script, okay, and you'll go over it over and over and over and over again. And then when you start filming, something else pops into your head, that's a better idea. It's always the way. It always works like that. I don't know what it is, but something else will pop into my head. This is just me. And I think, I don't want that. I need to take that out and put this part in, because this sounds so much better. But then I've already briefed the actors on basically what they need to do, and they're doing their thing, rehearsing it and studying it. And then when they come to me, I'm like, sorry, we have to scrap that bit because I've had a change of heart. So I think sticking to the script when I'm making a film is hard for me, because I always have brain. You know when you get a brainwave, yeah, and then you think of something even better, and you can't go back on that. You want to go back and change it, because if you don't, you'll end up kicking yourself, thinking, I wish I would have done it that way. But me, I just do it, and I do get a lot of headaches. And sometimes, I mean, even at the point I am now with my film, my head hurts, if that makes sense. It hurts with worry, because it can be stressful. If you're making something, right, and you're putting all this work into it, and then you're going to show it to the world. You don't want it to go wrong. And I think that's another hard thing for me to have to deal with, is it going wrong. But I think at the same time, it might make me stronger. And I hope all you guys sort of take that away with you as well. You know, making something, it's always hard, especially if you lack resources and you lack a team. Because I don't have a big team with me. There's a maximum of about 5 of us involved with this film, and 4 of us are actors. I'm acting in this film as well, because I want to be a part of it. I like to, I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird. I hope that makes sense. Please tell me that makes sense. Definitely scripting and sticking to the script, definitely. And helping people with their lines as well. That's quite tough. The actors who I work with are not professionals. They're a group of guys that are very passionate about film. And their head, when it comes to film, their head is really screwed on. Not about filmmaking, but the knowledge of film. And they're very passionate, and they want to be, and that's what I look out for. They don't have to be a professional actor, because that could be coached into them. But as long as they're passionate about it and they really want to get the same sort of result you want, that's the most important thing, I think. One of the actors that's in the film has got a lead role. He bought his own props. He bought his own outfits and stuff like that. He's that passionate. He went to the extreme of buying everything. I think he spent something like 200 quid on a coat, so he looked the part for the role. And to me, that's someone who's got a lot of heart, man. And I did say to him that once this is over, we will definitely work together again. A bit like Tim Burton with Johnny Depp. You know, there's a sort of bond between them, and they're always making films together. I would definitely make films with this guy over and over again. Definitely, all of them. So we're just waiting for some more people. Right. Okay, if I'm looking down, it's just that I've got to message my son. Sometimes things like this happen, guys. So just wait for some more questions to come through. Just waiting for some more questions to come through, guys. Bit of a quiet one today. So I'm just going to do something quickly. Hello, Mum's trying to get hold of you. Can you call her? Right, okay, so you know they're going to be late, yeah? Alright, ciao. Right, so I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I have to, because this stream goes on for quite some time, I have to just pop off and on now and again to get things done. So I do apologise. Still have someone watching, so if there's anyone else who wants to jump in. We would just wait. Any more questions, guys? Just waiting for some questions to come through so I can talk to you. Has anyone been watching? What's the latest films you guys have watched? Talk some film. What are your favourite movies? Or what are you watching at the moment? Three people watching, which is cool. I like these sort of close-knit, only few of us conversations. I would like more, but I don't mind it because I think it's quite nice having these conversations, because as long as the questions are coming in and we can get our points across, this is going to allow us to help other people that want to ask the same question. So there's always a point to these videos, even though sometimes there's not a lot of people that are in the chat. A lot of people can get a message from what we discuss. So all these questions that you guys ask are helping other people as well. So it's always a good thing. It doesn't matter whether we've got 3 people in the chat or 3,000 people in the chat. As long as the messages get through, that's the main thing, really. That's the main thing. And I ask any of you guys that if you're not subscribed to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to get this community as big as I possibly can, because I like the facts. I like that sort of family sort of vibe, that we can always talk and chat when we need to chat, and we can relay ideas backwards and forwards. Once these chats or these live streams start getting a bit more popular, then if they start getting popular, then I'm hoping to do it on a regular basis. Say one big one every single week, which I think should be quite nice, because it gives us the opportunity to bond and become friends at the same time. I'm not saying that I need friends, but it's nice to have friends that have got the same passion as you have, because you instantly click, because you know what each other likes, which is always a good thing. always a good thing. And that's why I think I do these live streams, to connect with people, not only to give advice, but I'm here to receive advice as well. And it's nice to be able to bond as well, because like I've just said, we all share the same sort of passion. That's why you're in the live stream to start off with, because you obviously into filmmaking. Does that make sense? So please feel free to ask any questions you like. And I'll try and answer them the best I can. And the dog's just farted. Jesus Christ. Oh, mate. Best advice. Don't give up. That is the best advice I can give. And you might get through stages where you think, I can't be asked with this no more. Just don't give up. Just keep at it until you're finished. There's been a couple of times where, I won't lie to you, this short film that I'm working on now has drove me so mad that I just want to say, fuck it. I can't be dealing with this no more. I'm just going to fucking just delete the complete project file and forget it. But I need to do it for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a quitter. But at the same time, your mind will tell you that's enough. I've had enough of it. Yeah, I love filmmaking, but when the same thing gets drummed into your head over and over and over again, sometimes it gets a bit tiring, especially when you're in your 40s like me. You get tired quicker. But my best advice is, once you start a project, see it through to the end. Just see it through. That is the best advice I can give. Just don't give up on it, and put everything you can into it. Really, really take your time with it. Hello, Pandya. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, definitely take your time with it and don't give up, because your logic will want to give up. You'll want to give up at some point, because something will start. You'll get a lot of points where things will go wrong doing it. Things will go wrong, but that's just a natural thing. But when a lot of people, when things start to go wrong, when they're starting writing a script or creating something, the instant reaction is, oh, fuck this shit. Oh, I can't be dealing with this no more. I'm just going to quit. But that's not the way to go. Once you start, finish it. Keep going and don't give up. Even if it takes you ages to do it, you know, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to do. Take your time with it. There's no rush. I mean, if you're doing it to upload it for a YouTube thing, I mean, all the people that are subscribed to my channel know exactly where I'm coming from, because I give them updates on the film. And they know I'm not going to rush it. Why should I? You know, I'm not going to rush it and release something that's absolutely horrendous. I'm not saying it's going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread, but I want it to be a short film which is not too bad. And I've gone into it with people that have never acted before, ever. And I've gone into it knowing that I'm going to be doing 95% of all the work, you know, the directing, the editing, the visual effects, the sound, the scoring, the Foley, you know, all that's being done by me. And I sort of sat down at one point and said, Jesus, what have I got myself into? This is going to be a lot. Even for a 15-minute short, there's a lot that goes into it. But yeah, just take your time and don't give up. That's my biggest advice, because you're going to want to, but don't. I'm doing fantastic, Pandya. I'm really, really good. How are you? How are you doing today, should I say? I hope that advice helps, because that's I think that's the biggest one. Quitting, giving up. That's a big one, definitely. There's been a couple of times where I thought, oh, I can't be dealing with this shit. What am I doing? I'm just giving myself a headache. But I love filmmaking, even if you love, because I love filmmaking. I love everything to do with it. That's why I do what I do. I absolutely love it. But even sometimes doing things that you love can give you a headache. Do you know what I mean? And you can get to the point where you're like, I can't be dealing with this. This is stressing me out too much. You know, you'll do a shot, for instance, and at one stage you'll think that shot is brilliant, you know, and then you'll have to redo it because something ain't right with it, you know. I hope that helps. But that's a big one, definitely a big one. Also, I would say another one is when you write the script, sit down with the people that are acting in it, so your actors. I find it always helpful to sit down with these guys and read the script together and ask for their input as well, and see what they think of it. That's a good one as well, because people have different ideas, and just because actors are acting in your film, don't dismiss other people's input and ideas, because that's what makes it a collaboration. That's what makes it a team effort. Don't dismiss other people's ideas as well. That's an important one. Ooh la la la. Do, do, do. Bloody dogs. So we've got any more questions that we want to get across? Look at this dog. Move the arm out, look. This is what it's all about. This is loyalty, man. Such a beautiful girl. Yeah. Say hello to everyone. Say hello to the community of YouTubers and filmmakers. Say hello. There was another dog barking, then that weren't her. You're beautiful, aren't you? Come here. Because see if I can get this one up. This is like a horse. Oh, she's gone over there. So, who is your favourite director, filmmaker? My favourite director is James Wan. I love him. If you don't know who he is, he directed the Conjuring films, the first Annabella. He was executive producer on Lights Out. I absolutely love that guy. I've seen a lot of behind the scenes of how he works. And I just think he's just incredible. Really great director. A lot of people were shocked by that. James Wan, really? So I just think I do like horror films and suspense films like that. And for me, I think he's just the best in the business. Really, really, really underrated. He did Fast and Furious 7, if I'm not too much mistaken, as well. Which shows me no matter what project he takes on, he just smashes it. So yeah, definitely James Wan is my favourite director. Definitely. Definitely. How about you? Who's yours? If any of you guys have never seen The Conjuring 1, Conjuring 2, I suggest you just, even if you don't like horror films, just look at how he gets to cinematography in the film. I mean, the opening sequence from The Conjuring 1, where the camera just moves around the whole house and it doesn't break away, so it goes past the walls and everything, is just some of the best cinematography I've ever seen. It's just absolutely brilliant filmmaking. And when I first watched The Conjuring 1, and I saw that, I thought to myself, now this guy knows what he wants. Just by that opening sequence in that house, you could see that this director had vision. And to me, the opening sequence is probably the best camera sequence or camera movement sequence, if that makes sense, I think I've seen in a film. It's so beautifully done. It really is. Definitely. I think he's in the middle of directing The Nun at the moment, which is, I'm so looking forward to that movie, The Nun, seeing what he does with it. Definitely looking forward to that movie. I think I'm going to go to the cinema to watch that one. Yeah. Now, this is what you call a dog. This dog, yeah, is like horse. It's a horse. Believe it or not, she's only sat down. She's only sitting down. It's a big dog. Yeah, definitely. Paul Thomas Anderson's a great director. Absolutely. I think we've got very similar tastes. What's your favourite movie of all time? CNFD. What's your favourite film? I'll throw that one at you. And then I'll let you guess what you think my favourite film is of all time. There's a bit of a challenge for you. I'll let you guess. Hard Eight. Is that the basketball one with Keanu Reeves? Is that right? Ooh. See, you're very close. You're in the same sort of genre, but this is probably going to shock a lot of you. My favourite film of all time is the very first Poltergeist film, Steven Spielberg. I could watch that film day and night, and it's simply because it's combined. When you're looking at visual effects in general, it's combined practical with digital effects, and I just think for when that film was made, it just the music, the score, it's just absolutely, a fantastic film. So I'll definitely say Poltergeist is one of my faves of all time. Seraph, okay, did you start? Yes, we have already started, my friend. We have already started. We started 54 minutes ago. But yeah, Poltergeist. But then, like I've just said, my favourite director is James Wan. So I think Poltergeist being one of my faves, the Conjuring series took it to the next level. So I would say very closely would be the Conjuring 1 and 2. Are definitely my favourite films. And I do love The Exorcist as well. That film, when I was around when that film first came out, and that film called Cause a Stir. Jesus. Definitely caused a stir. Hi, Vishanos. Is that how you pronounce your name? Vishanos. How you doing, bud? So we're getting more people in the live stream, which is fantastic. Love it. So Hard Eight. I'm trying to let me Google it. Hard Eight. Is that the one with Google this film? Oh, gotcha. I've not seen that movie. I've not seen that film before, Hard Eight, but I will definitely order it right now if it's good. I do like a good recommendation. So if it's any good, I will go on Amazon now and I will buy it. Definitely buy that. 1996, Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah, I'll definitely order that now. Not seen it, to be perfectly honest. Which is quite shocking because I watch so many films. It's unbelievable. I watch a lot of films. But mostly, see, I will buy a movie just for the special features and the behind the scenes and so on and so on. And yeah, that's my favourite part of buying a film or buying a Blu-ray is for the behind the scenes. So I always wait if a movie comes out and then they release like a Dulux collection of special features. I'll wait for that version because I do like my special features and behind the scenes. Ooh la la la. So we've been going for nearly an hour so far. I think we'll take it to another 30 minutes, see how we go with questions, because so far we've had some great questions, thanks to CNFD Films. Yeah, we've had some great questions. So keep rolling them in. Keep rolling them in. I don't do this often, so it's a good opportunity. I know some people are delayed. That's why it takes a bit of time for questions to come through. So some people are delayed, but we're getting some good questions. So I am got to go and do something. So like in tradition of Film It, back in 2 minutes. So I'll be back literally in 2 minutes, guys, while I go and have a quick sneaky cigarette. Back in 2 minutes. If you guys want to keep the conversation going in the chat, please feel free to chat between you. We're all in the same sort of field of bits and bobs. I am very fine, Vishnos. Very, very fine. I am great. Hello, Oliver. How are you? My son is in the house as well. All you guys say hello to Oliver. He's under Sarah King. He's using my wife's YouTube account. So his name's Oliver. So please say hello. Actually, I'm going to make Oliver moderator for the time being while I go and have a cigarette. He is already my moderator. Yes, Ollie's already my moderator. So Oliver's going to keep an eye on the chat in a second when I go and have my quick naughty cigarette. So Ollie, can you take over the chat for me, please? Thank you very much, sir. Right, I am back, guys. I am back. I've had a sneaky couple of puffs of a cigarette, which is naughty. I'm not promoting smoking, so please, if you don't smoke, don't smoke. So, seeing how many people. We've got 4 people in the chat, which is great. Any more questions, guys? I'm live for another 30 minutes. So, any more questions? It will be fan-dabby-daisy if we can get some. CNFD asks, how do you get your ideas for films and start your writing process? Good question. Right. So I'll get my ideas. And my ideas, I don't know why, but my ideas will always pop into my head when I'm asleep, when I'm in bed. Like a dream, for instance. And then I'll sort of think about it for a couple of days. And then if I get an idea in my head, I'll just start writing. I use Final Draft to write scripts and stuff like that. But I'll just open up text editor or WordPad and just write a story. Once I get that story done, I will break it down into sections. So if there's like a character talking to another character, then I'll get that character and write their dialogue on another piece of paper. And then if there's another character, I'll write their dialogue on another piece of paper until I've got all the dialogue written down. Say, for instance, I've got 4 actors in the film. I'll have 4 pieces of paper with all their dialogue written down. And then I will put it into a proper script. And then before I give it to like the actors, I'll basically give them the whole script, but their lines will be in a different color and a different font, if that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. It's the best way to do it. I mean, just as soon as you come up with an idea, just start writing it down. Even if you carry a notepad around with you, pen and a piece of notepad, just start writing ideas down until you've got a general idea of where you want to be at with it. And just basically go from there. How make script storyboard? Right, so I use a free program for storyboard. This might help you out now. It's called Storyboarder, and it's free and it's fantastic. It's available on Mac and PC. So it's called Storyboarder. And I will script, when you write your script, you do it in sections. So say for instance, I've got all this right in here. So it's a script. And for instance, this is instructions for me to look after my sister-in-law's dog. So it's not a script. I'm just giving you this as basically an example. So it says morning. The first word is morning. So I'll do a storyboard with the morning. How would I show that morning set up? Am I looking at a house? Am I looking at a cemetery? Am I looking at a field? I'll decide in my head how I want it to go, and then I'll basically draw the storyboard. And just keep going and keep going, section by section by section, until you turn your scripts into a film, which is storyboarding. Because in essence, that's what storyboarding is. You're making a film without the camera. Yeah? So you're creating your film from your mind, how you want to see it on screen, and you're putting it to paper with a pen or a piece of paper. I have got a video on my channel about storyboarding. So if you go onto my channel, look up about script writing and storyboarding, you should find it. And in that video, in the description, I've given you guys a free storyboard template package where you can download free of charge. So if you check that video out, that video should help you as well. But not only that, there's a free storyboard kit. So you can print off on your printer and have an A4 piece of paper to start storyboarding as you go along. So I hope that makes sense. What are the best tools for CGI? All depends on what you know how to use. So all tools are great, but it's about not what's great about them, it's what you can do with them. So After Effects, Nuke, Nuke's more compositing. I would say After Effects, because After Effects is so popular on YouTube and in the visual effects industry, I would say the number one for cost-effective CGI and visual effects is After Effects, without a doubt. So if you're going to start with it, I would definitely start with After Effects because there's so many resources out there for After Effects. It's unbelievable. Tutorials, everything you want is out there for After Effects. You know, if you want to go down a more serious route, then obviously you're going to visit the Foundry, which create Nuke, which is a visual effects software and compositing tool. If you want something free, then go down Blackmagic Fusion. So if you go to the Fusion website, you can download a free copy of Fusion, which is node-based compositing and visual effects. Very powerful indeed. And there are some tutorials on YouTube on how to use each one of them programs. When you're looking at 3D modeling, then obviously a big free one is Blender, which is great. Blender is a big one, even though me personally, I found Blender quite difficult to use. That's a great free one. But then when you get to the more serious professional stuff, then obviously you're looking at Maya, 3ds Max, and Cinema 4D. CNFD asks, any advice for convincing property owners to let you use their location? You know, there's the biggest one of all, paying them. Because the first thing, you phone someone up, all right? Hello, I want to use I'm in the middle of making a film, I'd like to use your property. The first thing that's floating around their brain box is not, oh, you're making a film, is, oh, how much can I charge for this? It all depends on what you're willing to sacrifice, whether it's money, so on and so on. But sometimes gift of the gab is the way to go. You know, offering them, you know, if it's a business, for instance, offering them free marketing and free promotion to their business does help, because obviously marketing is quite expensive for companies to pay for. But publicity and marketing, if you offer that sort of thing, say, look, because nobody, you know, unfortunately in this world, you know, there's an old saying, nobody does fuck all for anyone unless there's something at the end of the rainbow. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But if you're offering them something of interest, then there's no reason why they shouldn't turn around and say, yeah, I don't mind. Sometimes people say, yeah, go for it, because they like the fact that you're making a movie on their premises, and that's all you need. But I think that's quite rare in many cases. So, you know, look at what you can offer them. Always offer them something. Obviously, we don't want to spend our money. You know, if I'm using a location, man, I don't want to spend money. I need that money to do other things with. You know, I need that money to make to buy props and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's your location that makes the film. The better the location, the better your film's going to look. You know, I hope that makes sense. That's sort of advising the right way. You can convince them, just people skills. How much money would I offer? It all depends how desperate I was. All depends how badly I needed the scene. It's entirely up to you. The first thing you want to do is not open your mouth and say to them, look, you know, ask them to say how much you want to charge, because they're not filmmakers. They just own a property. So they could turn around and say to you, oh, well, I'll tell you what, you can use it for 3 hours, pay me 50 quid or $50 or whatever. And then you turn around and say, I'll tell you what I'll do. All right, I really want this, because you're so desperate to get the location. I'll give you £1,000 for 3 hours. And then he wanted 50 quid, do you know what I mean? And then he shoots off in the foot. So say to him, listen, how much are you going to charge me, mate, for, you know, if he's okay with it, say, look, I don't mind paying you a bit of money, specify that. I don't mind paying you a little bit of money to use it. There's going to be no damage or nothing. We're just going to come in, make it look like it's quick and simple. We're just going to come in, mate, and I'm just going to get my camera, do a couple of shots, because you've got a beautiful location here, and then we'll be gone and you won't say us. And I'll give you a couple of quid if that's all right. You know, I'll drop you a couple of quid. or buy you a couple of beers sort of thing. More than enough to turn around and say, yeah, go for it, mate. That's fine. Don't get on the phone and say, listen, I'm in the middle of making a film, all right? I want to hire your premises or use your premises for a couple of hours. I'll give you $2,000, please, because you're so desperate. I'll give you $2,000. And then he's thinking, fucking lovely jubbly, mate. Do you know what I mean? But also, at the same time, always get it written down on paper. Okay, so that's, even if they say, yeah, no problem, get an invoice written up, a proper invoice for them to sign saying that they have given you permission to use their property, so on and so on. Get them to sign it, receipt, all that stuff. Because, say, for instance, you make a short film, right? And that film blows up out of control, mate. And that film becomes so popular, you get fucking viral on YouTube because you don't know, And he's seen that film and he's thinking, fuck me, he's making all this money, right? Fucker, yeah. And he only give me 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna fucking sue him. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna take him to the cleaners. Copyright, mate. He came in, he used my premises, blah, 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 and all that bullshit. But if you got that piece of paper saying he signed it, you cover yourself. So always remember, no matter what you do, when it comes to locations, get a signature and make sure you get the documentation written down properly. So type yourself some loads of copies and keep them in a filing cabinet, keep them in a drawer, even if it's got blank space. And, not only do you get them to sign one, but email them a copy as well of the completed signature so they've got a copy as well. So always cover yourself. Yo, Praz. Hello, I want to become a VFX. Could you say me if this video is good? What video is that? Just link it to me. The chat's just gone stupid. My last video is just for an opinion. Well, I'm going to check the video out now, okay, on my phone. So I'm just going to have a look at it now, live on stream. Would that be okay with you, Praz? Praz edits. It's your latest video, yeah? Well, I'm just going through your videos now. Is it the speed art one? Is it speed art or is it the trailer, The Awakening? Speed art, yeah? Speed art? Nice tune. So we're just watching one of Praz's videos. Just going to play it now. And we're all going to give some great feedback for Praz. Is that all right for you, Praz? Just need to know which video it is, mate. We've got trailer, The Awakening, or we got the speed art one. Can you be more specific to what one you want us to see? We're just waiting for Praz to answer about the video. End of the speed art, yeah? I'm just going for it now, Praz. What Praz has made. Look at that. It's the earth. Really good work, mate. Really good work. Look, you've got the gist of what it's all about, and I think that's the most important thing, that you've that you created something yourself and you made it look photorealistic. So 100%, yeah, it's definitely a good piece of work. Definitely appreciate that work. So well done, mate. Well done. I'm going to give that a thumbs up for you. And I'm going to subscribe to your channel as well. So great work, okay? Subscribe to your channel there, Praz. Good work. So any other questions? Sorry about hearing the dogs in the background having a hippie fix. Listen, don't have to thank me, my friend. We're all one community, and that's what Film at VFX Studios is all about, bringing us all closer together so we can, be one big, massive community and stay in contact at the same time. My favourite software for visual effects or film editing, video editing, because I've got a couple of favourites. Okay, I'll start. My all-time favourite is definitely After Effects. After Effects is my favourite software of all time because it's so versatile. You could do so much with it, and it's so simple to use as well. Once you get into it and you know the basics, sky's the limit. And I've seen people on YouTube as well create some absolutely insanely gorgeous stuff with After Effects. I mean, it's really beautiful work with After Effects. But for video editing, I would say it's a close call between Premiere Pro and Avid at the moment for video editing. I've been in love with Avid for a long time, and I've recently just acquired it, professional license, and I'm studying it at the moment. I've ordered some books and stuff like that. So I'll welcome to you with some detailed videos regarding that, because Avid is the professional editor. I mean, that's what all the major film companies use. It's just always looked too much like a headache for me because it's 100 times more complicated than Premiere Pro. But I think it's time that I really sort of knuckled down and studied Avid, because I do like the look of it. I like the way it looks. I like the stability of the program. I like what it's capable of doing. I mean, for fuck's sake, Avid was used to edit all the Avenger films and Marvel films, so I rest my case. Do you know what I mean? I rest my case with that. So yeah, for video editing, it's definitely Premiere Pro and Avid. Special effects, it's definitely After Effects. I love that so much. If I have to come in a very close second with visual effects, then it's Nuke, without a doubt. The latest version of Nuke is so powerful, and I've used that on a couple of projects. So yeah, Nuke's very, very close second. If you guys want to sing to you, let me know. I'll sing a song. Do you know what I mean? Be good. Look at the state of my hair. I tell you, this is what a 42-year-old looks like. So I'm going grey. Look at that. Look at that. I tell you. It's not good, mate, when you start getting older. Look, you forget to shave. And then what do? You go on a live stream. Show your grey hairs off and unshaven beard. So, more questions. What other questions we got? So we've answered about storyboarding. We've answered about my favourite software. We've looked at a great example from Praz. I do have some Planet tutorials on my channel if you want to check them out. So there is Earth simulation. If you type in Earth simulation on my channel, you can check out some of my tutorials I've done on them. So there is a couple on there if you want to have a look at that, Praz. We talked about my favourite films. Talked about CNFD favourite films. Yeah, this live stream's going really, really well. I'm really happy with it. It's some great questions. So, what other things would you like to ask moi? Visionals, are you fine? I am absolutely fantastic, my friend. Apart from the odd health issue, I am absolutely fine. CNFD asks, do you edit audio for your films and what software, if so? Right. Audio, I record on an external. So when I'm making a filming, I record on a Tascam external. And then what I do is when I first start, so I'll basically film everything first, yeah? And then as I'm filming it, I'll bring it over to the computer or put like a MacBook, for instance. I'll check the footage, make sure I'm happy with it, and then I will transfer the film and the recorded external audio and put it into one folder and put that scene one. And I will do that for every single scene, and then I will start editing that afterwards. So I normally sync sometimes in Premiere Pro. But if Premiere Pro doesn't do the job, because sometimes it doesn't do the job for syncing, I will use Plural Eyes by Red Giant. When it comes to Foley sound, I create my own Foley sound using a Tascam external recorder. And I'll go through every single piece of footage I've got and see what I need. So if I need footsteps, if I need rain, I've got loads of it already, but I will go and record extra stuff. So I'll go me running down the road, scraping my feet along the floor, all that sort of stuff you've heard before. When it comes to scoring, I use Filmstro, which is a monthly subscription. And I create a lot of my own stuff in Logic Pro X. I've got a ton of contact symphonies and stuff like that I try and write my own music to put in my own films. I'm trying to be as unique as I possibly can to myself and try not to copy anyone, because I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They try and copy people style when that style doesn't belong to them. You should have your own style, and that's what I think hopefully I almost achieved in my short film coming out in July. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be staying true to myself, and that's what the goal is. Not only to create a short film, but to stay true to myself and not copy anyone's style, because that person's got their own style and I've got my own style. So yeah, audio definitely. When it comes to scores, I use Filmstro and I create my own stuff in Logic. When it comes to syncing, I use an external recorder, a Tascam one, and once that's done, it gets synced with Scratch Audio, which is in my Blackmagic Cinema camera, and that will either sync directly in Premiere Pro or I will sync it in Plural Eyes by Red Giant. So I hope that's answered your question. Good question. So, any more questions? So we are going to go for another 5 minutes because I did say I wanted to keep this live stream to about an hour and a half. So if you've got any more questions, guys, we will be doing part 4 or another live stream tomorrow as well. So if you're coming to the end of this live stream and you've missed most of it, it will be uploaded to my channel very, very shortly. But you will have an opportunity to have a chat with me in tomorrow's live stream, which will, like today, be happening at 6 p.m. British time, GMT time. So if you have missed all the conversations we've had today, which, by the way, I do thank you guys so much. It's been amazing. You'll have an opportunity to chat with me tomorrow as well. But we still got 5 minutes left of the stream. So if you get any other questions you want to ask, fire away. Which should be good. And if any of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please show me some love and hit that subscribe button as well. And also smash that like button if you've enjoyed today's chat. I do want to make this a regular thing with you guys, where we can just stay in contact and just have chats like this, because I think it's nice, and it's just going to bring us more closer together as filmmakers. And who knows, one day a few of us may be able to collaborate on a project together, a short film. Who knows? You never know. It's about staying in contact. So, any more questions? Because we've got 4 minutes, and then I'll be ending this live stream. I've just said, if you guys have just come in, this will be uploaded to my channel so you can watch it back. And we will be having another live stream tomorrow, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, which is London time. So you are welcome to join me for tomorrow's chat as well. Thank you very, very much, CNFD Films. Great question from you, Guy. I really do appreciate your support. Magic, you're an absolute legend, and I can't thank you enough. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the rest of you guys as well for being a part of this. Without you, live streams are dead. So thank you so much for staying with me for the last hour and a half. It's been great fun, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. But we've still got 3 more minutes, so if there's any final questions, please fire away, and I'll try and answer them as quick as I can. And if you want to chat with me again, I will be on tomorrow in day 4 of our live stream chats, which will be at 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, London time. So, any other final questions before we end? 2 minutes remaining. Right, guys, so we are coming to the end. Can I just once again say thank you for joining me today in our live stream. As always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please remember, guys, smash that subscribe button. I know quite a few of you are already subscribed to the channel. It's just showing me a little bit of support as well, and that would be much appreciated. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao, guys.